In this video, we're going to be talking about how your media team can reduce their workload, save time, energy, effort, church's financial resources, and create a larger online ministry. Grow the online ministry. If this sounds good to you, then you're going to love what we've got coming up next. Hey, I'm Brett with Clickmill.co. Let's jump right into the video. So I work with pastors and media teams and ministry leaders every day, all over the place. And one theme rings true with media teams, right? So this could be your media team, is that they are stretched super thin. They're scrambling all the time. When I'm asking media teams for this or that, because we're putting together things for the ministry, it's like a miracle if they can send it over because they just have so much going on. Everybody's asking something of them. So what are the media teams doing that takes up so much time? Well, they're creating content to go put on Facebook. So they're creating a post about the new event at church, and they've got to do graphic design and put that out on Facebook. And then the children's ministry did something cute, and that goes out to Instagram. And then they've got to put something over here on YouTube. Then what are they doing? They're going to the website. They're doing other graphic design and updating the website and posting the Sunday sermon. And there's 1,000 things that they have to create to put online on a weekly basis. Now, take it from someone who lives digital ministry. This is unsustainable. I have tried this. For Clickmill here, we're marketplace ministry. We want to help pastors reach more people in more places. And I have personally done in the earlier days of Clickmill, trying to chase Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all of the different things. It's way too much. And so in this video, I want to help you shift your content strategy from something more chaotic to something much more professional and sustainable that's going to help your ministry team, your media team specifically, maintain themselves over the long run and be able to keep up and not feel burnt out. So how do we do this? If you have watched many of my videos and digital ministry teaching or training, well, you're going to remember that the most difficult part of reaching an audience and engaging with an audience is the content creation process. For example, this video that I'm making for you, this is the hardest part of the process. This takes the most time. I film, sometimes I refilm because I just didn't like the way it came out and I want you to have it as clear as possible. And then what happens? I send it over to the video editor, and our video editor puts a lot of time. If you've never edited a video, that takes a lot of time, and that gets cleaned up. And then it takes 10 minutes to post to YouTube. That's the fast part. The marketing is the fast part. The content creation is the slow part. Well, what are a lot of ministry media teams doing? They're creating different pieces of content for each channel. They're creating different pieces of content for the website than what's going out. And this is a very I can't tell you how inefficient this is with ministry time, resources, effort, energy, and it's very discouraging because it's so hard to keep up with. So a professional content strategy for church is going to centralize one piece of content and then pull from that, repurpose, repackage, and send the same content to every channel. This is much more efficient. You don't have to restart thinking, okay, hey, I'm pushing this to Facebook and this other thing over to Instagram or this other thing to YouTube. You don't have to do that. It's one piece of content. You just kind of package it in 3 different places and you go post them. Post it in different spots. So for example, your central piece of content is going to be your sermon. Every week you're doing tons of work, tons of time putting this thing together to amplify God's truth and really make it clear for your audience. This is called evergreen content. Now, I had an experience where I created something that was not evergreen content. I did a walkthrough, and we do a lot of these, but I did a walkthrough where I was showing ministry leaders how to do an exact thing in a software, and I spent a month putting this together. Well, what happened? As soon as I posted it online, like 2 weeks later, the developers of that software tool went and totally redesigned the whole thing, so it was completely different. That was not evergreen content. The Bible's always true. The Bible never changes. Well, if you base your sermons off of that and you really are communicating that truth, your sermon's evergreen. It is content that will stay good forever. That's the best kind of content. So what do we want to use for your primary piece of content that we're pushing out, repackaging, repurposing your message. How do we do this? Okay, so what we're going to do first is you're going to say on Facebook, right? It's a teaser. You get to take the thumbnail. That's for the sermon. That's the little picture that shows up, in place of the video. And you take that thumbnail and you go put it on your Facebook post. So now you don't have to design 2 graphics, which takes a fair amount of time. You only have to have 1. So we just cut time off. And then what do? Hey, let's say your sermon's on overcoming feelings of hopelessness. For some reason, my mind always just kind of goes to that one as an example. So, hey, here's how to stop feeling hopeless, in 3 biblical steps, or, whatever it is. If you want to see this post, click the link. If you want to see this sermon, click the link, come check it out. And we've also got something else there for you, maybe that free 365-day prayer ebook or something, right? Or gratitude or whatever it is. So it is a teaser that invites people to come to the website. And this is biblical marketing. What did Jesus do? He went, he met a need. He said, hey, Peter, James, and John, you don't have fish. Go throw your nets over, get fish. All right, so now what happens? Well, if you really like those fish, follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. I got this better thing over here. So what do? You take your sermon, you take the teaser for the sermon. If you want to be less hopeless, come on over to the website. And what are we doing? Now you're seeding traffic, you're seeding your YouTube audience to the website to get those email signups on your free 365-day prayer guide, whatever it is. Okay, now let's look at YouTube. So over on YouTube, what are we putting there? How are we repackaging the sermon on YouTube? Well, you could just post the sermon on YouTube and, that's okay, but that's usually longer than people are going to watch on YouTube. So sermons for your website. So we just took care of the website. You're going to put the sermon on your website, put together a bunch of really good notes, have a really high valuable free download, get their email, name, email, and phone number so you can follow up with them and invite them to church, invite them to online ministry. So that's kind of the structure of the page that the sermon goes on. So you got the full sermon on your website. Well, send the sermon for YouTube over to your video editor. Have them chop it up into 5, 10, maybe 14-minute, that's probably the higher end, 14-minute chunks. Hey, do it as I'm just kind of talking about topic to topic to topic. Maybe I'm telling a story, and you've seen these clips on YouTube. So have your video editor chop this up, target these, watch some videos on keyword targeting so you're capturing traffic on YouTube. And what does the video say? Hey, if this is really valuable to you, if you want more on this, come watch the whole sermon, come watch the full thing. And not only that, what do we have for you? We've got an awesome 365-day prayer guide down at the bottom. We've got that here for you too. Okay, so we're taking multiple streams, one piece of content, repackaging it, taking all of these different social media streams, funneling them back into the site. And then we're wanting name, email, and phone number. Okay, so that is a really professional content strategy that takes less work. Now, I want to give you one more example. I want to give you one brief story because I want you to expand this, not just to your social media, but we work with a large multi-site church, and I found out that they create a 30-day prayer guide every New Year and put that out on New Year's for New Year's 30 days of prayer. And they've been doing this for decades. And I asked them, where is this content? Where can I download this? Where can I get this? That's really high level content. And they go, well, I don't know. It's in some file cabinet in the back room. Okay, well, why? Well, we used it. No. There's no way that people looking for prayer guides or, prayer, whatever, over on Amazon were at your service 10 years ago. This is not a thing that happens. So what do you need to do? Go get that old content, repurpose it, and then what do you make? I've been talking about this 365-day prayer guide that you're downloading off the website. Well, in this example, this is what I'm talking about. Just go grab 12 of those, have your team, you don't even have to write it. It will take less time to just go through and repurpose, like significantly less, and just go drop that on the site. And now you have a huge value add for people that they want to sign up for. Same thing. You could create a whole income stream with something like that by just going and putting it up for $4.99 on Amazon and sending your email to it. Hey, we just released a 1-year prayer guide. Go check it out on Amazon. If that is something that your church feels is appropriate. So you can take old content and repurpose it with far less work than making new content. So in this video, brief recap, you're going to repurpose, repackage one existing piece of content and push that out to all of your media channels. This is going to save your media team tons of time and also increase your online impact. Don't stop now. We have tons of other videos for you to watch and learn how to reach more people more effectively. If you love this video and you don't want to miss out on what we have coming up for you next, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to keep up to date with our newest content. If you want to work with Clickmill personally, head on over to clickmill.co, where you can learn more about our proven ministry marketing strategies. I look forward to seeing you in the very next video.